Okay, this is 1999, question 2, the Rocky Mountain Rescue. And when I see this, once again, I see a table. So I'm going, could be proportions, could be chi-squared, but it's one of the two because we have counted values. Do the data provide convincing evidence of an association? There's my key word, chi-squared independence. Also, notice I have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I have a 2 by 3 matrix. So as soon as you have a matrix, probably going to be a chi-squared, not guaranteed, but probably. And I see the word association, that's what it's got to be. So give appropriate statistical evidence to support your conclusion. And they want to know whether there is an association between the level of hiking expertise and the direction would head if lost. So chi-square test of independence. Hiking experience and direction are independent. Okay. Again, I much prefer the equal. So they are independent, which means they are not associated. Who says they are not independent, which means they are associated. Once again, observed minus expected, degrees of freedom. We said we had 2 by 3, so 2 minus 1 times 3 minus 1 equals 2. We have 2 degrees of freedom. Random sample, that was given. All right. I believe it was given anyway. It should have been given if it were not. Next thing, there were 200 hikers surveyed. At 200 divided by 0.1 is 2,000. Reasonable to assume that there are at least 2,000. So n is less than 10%. All my expected values are greater than 5. So I need to check that out. So here's what I did. I went second, followed by matrix, pressed edit, and went 2, enter, oops, 2, enter, 3, enter. I got a problem here. So second matrix, try again. There we go, 2, enter, 3, enter. And I should have had 20, 50, and 50, 10, 30, and then 40. Second quit. Now, I'm going to have to run my test before I get my expected values. So second matrix, or excuse me, stat, test, number, chi-squared, test, not a goodness of fit, it's independence. And I end up getting a chi-squared value of 1.505 with 2 degrees of freedom and a 0.47. We'll deal with that in a moment, but we've written it down. We need to go back and check to make sure that we're good on our expected values. Now I go stat, or second matrix, now that I've run it. Go to edit, drop down to B, and there it is. Now I ended up with whole numbers. Don't expect that. Most of the time our expected values are decimals, but here they're not. So we write those down beside what they have. Notice I wrote expected values, C table, they're all greater than 5. We need to make sure our first and the last. This is the first one. This is the last one. So 20 minus 18 squared divided by 18, 40 minus 36 squared divided by 36. And once again, I'll run this again real quickly. Stat, test, chi-squared test. Chi-squared of 1.50 and 0.47. So the p-value is 0.4713. We failed to reject a null. There is not sufficient evidence that alpha equal 0.05 to suggest that hiking experience and direction are not independent. In other words, we believe that there are. Okay, so another way of saying it is that they are associated. All right. We don't have enough evidence to say that they are associated. All right. I hope that helps. I'm going to get these posted in just a moment. Of course, I know you posted that.